Oh, welcome back. We are about to attend Princess Charm School. Welcome. Wow, that would be a pretty nice school to go to, wouldn't it? But we're talking about etiquette today, and no better person to talk to us than the world-renowned etiquette lady herself, Mrs. McVeigh, joins us now. Mrs. McVeigh, welcome to Get Connected.
Hello.
So I'm just curious, when did you get a passion to help others with their etiquette?
Well, I have 3 children, and I love children, and I've always had a passion for etiquette even when I was young. And so I've put probably thousands of kids through classes, and I just love teaching them manners.
Well, no doubt about it, we can all learn etiquette from you, not just the kids. But what is it today that adults just don't seem to have that etiquette anymore?
It's funny, I just read a survey online that said 70% of Americans feel like we're ruder than we were 20 years ago. So what that's saying to me is there's a big disconnect when kids are young. So what you have to do is try to catch them when they're young and get them engaged in manners. And the way that I've learned how to do that is through role playing and through pretending and playing, and just make it to where they don't even realize that they're learning something.
Well, we're certainly all sure to learn something today, so we'll be listening in. But how do we do a proper meet and greet?
Well, if you can find something that interests your child, a lot of little girls love to play princess, and a lot of little boys love to do things, with sports figures. So for example, a lot of girls love Barbie, and she loves being a princess. Actually, she has a DVD out called Barbie Princess Charm School, which has to do with manners. So let's say that she's going to be Barbie, and so I'd say, "Hi, I'm Elise McVeigh, nice to meet you." And she could say, "Hi, I'm Barbie, nice to meet you too." And I'd say, "Oh, Barbie, you have a very firm handshake, and you have great eye contact, and you have a very confident sounding voice." And once again, she'll think that she's playing and having fun, but really you're teaching her good manners.
Well, Mrs. McVeigh, tell us more about Barbie's Charm School.
Well, what I liked about it is Barbie always has a really good message. The message is there's a princess in every girl, and it talks a lot about confidence and poise. And I think that it's just important for girls and young women to know that they should be treated a certain way and that they should act a certain way. And so it's just, kids love learning through books and DVDs. And so I've discovered in my classes that they love to watch a DVD, like playing with dolls is something, of course, kids love to do. They're Barbie dolls that they could interact and have great conversations. And as an adult, you can say, "Oh, your Barbie doll's not acting as well as she should," or, "Oh, what a very nice thing that she just said." So that's just another way that they can play and you can teach.
That's awesome. Now let's get to a very common problem. Help us with table manners.
Yes, I would say if you can sit down as a family and eat dinner often, that is the key to having good manners. Not only are you teaching about how to set the table, but life lessons and table manners. Something that I like is a placemat that has where everything goes, and so you can put all the utensils and the plate and the cup on there and the napkin. And if you can get your kids to set the table every night, then before you know it, if they use this, they'll know how to set it without even thinking about it.
Well, certainly many of us could keep our mouths closed while we eat to help out a little bit, but when it comes to eating, what advice would you have for us there?
I would say something that you can teach kids, and adults should know this too. As soon as you sit down, you should definitely put your napkin on your lap. How to cut correctly with a fork and knife, and that's actually, if you don't know how to do it, you can go on my website, mrsmcveighsmanners.com, and I have pictures on how to do that. Other things such as soon as you're finished, you don't ask to be excused, you wait till everyone else is finished, and then you can be asked to be excused. And always thank whoever made the dinner for the dinner, and to say, that was a great meal, thank you very much.
I'm just curious, is it proper to put our utensils down between bites?
Yes. So what you do is when you have your fork and your knife, you always keep the knife in the right hand and the fork in the left. And then you're going to cut, and then you place your knife like this. And then if you're right-handed, such as I am, you would then eat. And then in between bites, you would rest it. And then for finished position, you would go like that. Because I think a lot of people, they'll have it hanging off, or, they talk with their fork, and that's just not good manners. Princesses and gentlemen would not do that.
Well, certainly great advice. And Mrs. McVeigh, given all your tremendous success, what advice would you give to any of us living out our dreams?
What advice would I give? I would say that if you can learn good manners, then you can have a lot of success in relationships with parents, with teachers, and then when getting a job someday.
Awesome advice. I love it. And what's a great resource to follow up on what you shared with us today?
I would say Barbie.com. They have a lot of fun, interactive things to do for girls. And actually, I have 3 sons, and they sort of like it too. So Barbie's for everybody.
Well, Miss McVeigh, thank you so much, and I will send a thank you note promptly.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Well, the funny thing is I got to go out and find a thank you note first, but I'm certainly going to send her one, and I think it's great advice that she gave to us today. Plus, Barbie, what a great resource to use her to teach our kids how to have great manners. Cool. And do I look like Ken? There's Barbie. We look good together. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for watching. Are you tired of negative news? We are.
And that's why we're creating a movement.
By keeping it real.
With what you need to know.
It's more than what's happening.
It's bringing hope back to our lives.
So go to contv.com and join our movement.